Guys, how you doing? This is Larry.
Naquavius.
Hey man, this is Generation of Gal where we talk about topics and perspectives. Well, topics and subjects from two different perspectives. So I'm 40.
I'm 20.
So we just want to talk about different things from the different perspectives. So today, I want to talk about an important topic. And the topic of the video is, should I vote? Since primarily most of the people that watch the video, the bulk of the people that watch the videos are friends of Naquavius or younger people. And I know a lot of times younger people tend to not go out and vote as much as the older people. And there's a lot of people in my age group that don't go vote either. But I wanted to propose the topic to you and propose the topic to Naquavius, and I'm gonna give you my perspective and he could give you his perspective about voting. But I want to just, first and foremost, I want to just impress upon you the importance of either understanding, just you gotta understand about voting, what it's about. So anyway, I hope we get into that. We're not gonna drag it out today, but anyway, so from your perspective, from a 20-year-old perspective, should someone vote? Is it important for someone in your age group to vote? Like, you know?
Yeah, I think people in my age group, it's the most important. It impacts us the most because it put people in place that's gonna be ruling and like set up generations and lines for our generation. So I think it's most important out of any age group for like the younger generation to vote, and also get into the habit of like controlling who be in the government and people be in positions of power.
Right.
Because a lot of times, like what's being told to us, your vote don't matter.
Right.
Like it don't even matter, or they got some conspiracy theories where they throw your vote away. That's like the general like thing people say about voting. But like it does matter, and I think it's very important to vote because you putting people in positions of power to be in the government and make laws and make legislations that will impact you directly and stuff. So I think it's very important to vote, and your vote does matter. I think because that's the big thing. Like a lot of times, man, your vote don't matter.
Right.
But when Barack Obama was like up for 2008 and 2012, it was like crazy. Everybody wanted to do that. So I mean, it just.
Yeah. Why you think young people don't vote? Like, why? I know you just touched upon that. Like,
it goes back to we was talking about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like at my age, like that's not like our priority. Like honestly, that's not our priority. We're trying to get some money, trying to eat, trying to get some money, trying to get some new shoes, new clothes. Like it isn't stressed upon us. And like for our parents weren't like, as they were growing up, it wasn't stressed upon us. So it was like generations and generations. I think it goes farther back, like to a time when we couldn't vote. So since we couldn't vote, like it wasn't a big thing in our community. So as a result, like generations been passed down where it's not a priority. And some people get it as time go on. Like, I think like stress the importance of voting, but like I think it just wasn't stressed upon us as we was growing up because of generations of like not being able to vote. Exactly.
That never was a priority because I think traditionally African Americans in America always feel that it didn't matter if they voted or not.
Exactly. Because it didn't matter.
It didn't matter because regardless of who we voted for, we end up still getting the short end of the stick anyway.
Exactly.
So that was the big thing.
Exactly.
But to say I'm not gonna vote is basically to cut your nose off to spite your face, basically. I feel like in this time. So the day is, what's the date?
October 28th.
2018. I think a few days ago, a white guy just walked into a synagogue and killed 8 people and killed 3 police officers. We had another story of a white man killing 2 at Kroger, right? We're seeing more and more hatred and racial hatred being stirred up in this country to the point where these people are coming out and they targeting us and they targeting people of who difference, like minority, Jewish people, African Americans, and it's all starting from the head down.
I think so too.
The leadership in this country is stirring up their base. Donald Trump's base is the hate-filled, racist, ignorant base. People. You have some intelligent people that do vote for Trump, but I don't think they vote for him for the same reason other people vote for him. I think they're voting for him because they want to keep things the same. They want to keep things the same business-wise, and they're willing to take the L on the social stance as long as the business will stay the same. Or they will make progress in business. They could care less about some black folks getting killed in the street. They can care less about some Jewish people getting shot up. They can care less about that. It's all about business. Like, we're trying to make some money.
Yeah.
You know, so voting for me, it angers me, man. It angers me from the sense of African Americans in this country have gotten the short end of the stick for so long when it comes to a lot of different things. Number one, I think we're in this like matrix where we feel like we're doing so much better because a few people are.
Yeah.
So you see your favorite basketball player, he's a gazillionaire, so he's doing good, so we done made it.
Yeah.
You know, your favorite rapper, he's doing good, so we done made it.
Yeah.
You know, you see people in your community doing good, so we done made it. But that still don't change the social and economic implication that happened to black people, where socially, regardless of LeBron James status, socially African American people are still being marginalized, basically being put to the back, made to be equal to nothing.
Yeah.
So voting, in my opinion, is important, and you made a great point about the young people, and the reason why it's so important for the young people, because you got longer to live.
Exactly.
So you're gonna be left with this mess longer than me.
Exactly.
So you guys need to be really actively involved now, because you're gonna inherit this mess.
Exactly.
Regardless of what you believe or what you don't, y'all gonna inherit this mess. So if people like Donald Trump and his base get in here and tear up the country and make the country and set the country, like, we're pretty much back in slavery days.
Yeah.
Like, we back in them days. You know, it's to the point where we're debating and arguing so much about race that it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, you know, because once it's the snowball effect. When one person do one thing, then somebody else do it to retaliate, and somebody else gonna do something to retaliate, and this goes on and on.
Yeah.
So voting, in my opinion, number one, let's break it down. I think the most important elections to vote in are your local elections. Your local elections. The reason why you will feel those changes fast. On a national scale, you may not feel that for a year or two, right? If you ever feel it, you know what I mean? Because some of this stuff is just symbolic. It don't really, it really never touches you. With the Affordable Health Care Act and stuff like that, we feel that. When we buy insurance, we feel that, right?
Yeah.
But if your local politician decide he want to pass a whatever percent tax, you will feel that immediately.
Yeah.
So number one, young people, I feel like, yes, it's important to vote. Number one, because you're living in this society. So if you're going to try to exclude yourself outside of this society, you can, but you can't. You're not going to be able to, because these people are passing laws that affects, number one, your money. That's number one. If they pass a tax, that means, let's say sales tax is 7% now, and they pass a 1 cent tax. Now everything you normally would have to buy for $1.07, you're now paying $1.08 for. So they just have touched your pockets 1 penny on every transaction for $1 you make. So it's important. Number two, it impacts you in the sense of your representation. Who's speaking for you? Who's speaking for you? So that's why I really like to see young people standing up and not just voting, but also running. Because what a lot of it is, you know, you get these old white men that want to speak up for the blacks.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, these old people that want to, like, they don't know you.
You're being misrepresented.
Yeah, you're being misrepresented. In college, is it pushed upon you to vote? Like, is that a big thing?
Yeah. Voting, like, period. Like, they got people at the Krogers and stuff like that, so they tell you to vote and stuff like that. People don't really be caring about it too much, but
and I feel like that's the problem. Like, things are being eased in and slid in on, you know, generations of people, because this is a responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta look at it in this sense, that voting is a responsibility. Like, it's your responsibility right now to take part of the process to ensure that you and your children are here. Your children won't be left with this broken down planet.
Yeah.
A broken down country. You know, because the way I'm looking at it, man, things can easily go into some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Because everybody got guns, especially in the South.
Exactly.
Everybody got guns. That's why we kind of a little bit more tempered in the South. You see a lot of this stuff going on, but it don't happen a lot of times in the South. And I believe the reason why is because
people can protect themselves.
And it can go left ASAP.
Yo.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, everybody can say, okay, let's load up. We riding to the white neighborhoods. We riding to the black neighborhoods. We just killing people because everybody riding around with these AR-15s and 40 cals and all these Dracos. People got guns.
Yo.
So in the South, it can go left fast.
Yeah.
It can.
Yo.
So voting is so important. We got in Georgia, Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams is actually running neck and neck with Brian Kemp for governor. Down in Florida, I forget the brother name. It's to the point now where white people are tired.
Yeah, yeah.
White people are tired of this bull. So they saying, we gotta get these clowns out of here because y'all not gonna do it.
Exactly.
Y'all are not voting. Like they're tired. They have taken upon, like we just rolled and we seen all the Stacey Abrams signs.
Yeah, I see. Go to the train station, go to the neighborhood, like predominantly white neighborhood.
Stacey Abrams.
Yep.
So not only is she black, she all the way black.
Yeah.
She got natural hair.
Yeah.
She, thick woman.
Yeah.
She not, because sometimes it's like Barack Obama. Barack Obama was a safe brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's a safe brother. He's safe.
Yeah.
You couldn't give it to him in too heavy doses. Like, a brother with an afro ain't getting voted in.
Yeah.
But a well-spoken, light-skinned brother, I think we can ease him in. Stacey Abrams represent a whole different demographic.
She black.
She the black. Like she come out Decatur black. You know what I mean? Like she look like she on some will fight you black.
Yeah. Yeah.
These white people say, I am tired of this mess.
Yeah.
So that's a big. I'm trying to get every young person I possibly can to go to the polls and vote for that lady. The reason why is because these white folks are crazy.
Yeah.
They are crazy. Like, and it's not even a racial statement. It's just crazy, man. You look at some of this stuff that's going on.
White politicians.
Old white people.
Yeah.
That represent the country. And the country don't even look like that no more.
Exactly. You represent something that's completely different than what you...
They represent itself.
Yeah.
And the corporation that's a part of
it. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm from Detroit.
Yeah.
I'm from Atlanta.
That's what I'm saying. Just imagine, think about this. Just imagine if somebody from Detroit, New York, like up north where the weather is cold, right, was making laws for people in the South. Like, now what we doing is we investing in snow sleds, or we doing something like this. Like
You like
exactly like
that's a good analogy.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's an analogy of like
what's
going on. Like you got to represent like yourself, and the best thing to do is go vote for people that have ideas or like that affect you and align with some of the things that you have. That's the best way to do this stuff.
Look like you.
Yeah, because you have somebody like Donald Trump, a rich white
man that's up in an old rich white man
making stuff up for people who don't look.
You guys need to and that was a good analogy there. And I think that's the problem right now. The problem right now is that the look of the country. When you look at the Senate and you look at the Congress, these are just old white people.
Yeah.
Old white people.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi, where we gonna wear it? Like, these are old white people
with traditional perspectives,
and they baby boomers.
Yeah. So
they coming up from the baby boomer mindset.
Exactly. And
they sitting here trying to tell them they representing a millennium, and the reason why they're able to ease in is because the millennials are not getting out and voting. The younger people are not getting out and voting. The black people are not getting out and voting. The brown people. Do you know there's organizations that are actually actively telling people this not to vote? Wow. The Jehovah Witness, they don't vote.
What's the point?
Because they don't believe in taking part of the system. So all them potential votes are just being tabled because of some religious belief.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's like slave stuff.
Yeah.
They eased in that religion on them and put them back in slavery, and they don't even realize it. Where they told blacks they couldn't vote.
Yeah.
Blacks, I guarantee some of them white people in there, Jehovah's Witness, still vote. Yeah. I guarantee they still going to vote. Now, you brothers and sisters, we take part of this, but they going to vote.
Yeah.
And brothers sitting there, and you got a lot of organizations that say we don't want to take part of the situation, and I feel like that's the wrong attitude to take, because what happens is somebody is gonna get elected.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you sit up and say, I'm not taking part of it, it don't matter. You still be affected and impacted by the jacked up laws that they passed.
Exactly. You are an American. That's your president.
Yeah. This country is not safe. It is not safe in this country right now. And the reason why is because a person that don't have the country's best interest at heart is running the country. Yep. A man that's in there, he don't have the country's best interest at heart. He has his constituency best interest at heart, the people that support him.
Yep.
So he don't have everyone. That's what made Barack Obama a good president, is because he tried to speak for everybody.
Exactly.
It's impossible to do it in a country full of I don't know how many millions of people, but it's hard. But he tried.
Made an attempt to try and do that. He like, this me.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all come over here. Like,
Donald Trump, like, no.
It's me.
No.
That's what I think. This
Right.
how it is. Ain't gonna try to do no compromise. That's how it is.
End of the day, young people, man, I plead with you. Do not sit back and allow these people to continue to take over this country and continue to take over your local municipalities, all because you don't see. Think about it. When you were a kid, you didn't see benefit in eating your vegetables. When you were a kid, you thought Santa Claus was real at some point. So just because this your current thought process, that don't make it right. Yeah. Your beliefs and what's right, they say beliefs and truth are two different things. Yeah. These are your beliefs, but that don't make it true.
Yeah.
And as you grow and you evolve, your beliefs change. So right now, I feel like in Georgia especially, we got a perfect opportunity to show the world, the nation, what we are all about. Like, we got a perfect opportunity.
That's crazy for the state of Georgia to have a black governor.
And not even just a black governor.
I mean, like a black, like a black,
actual black woman.
Exactly.
Not a Stacey Dash.
Yeah.
And not a Barack Obama.
Yeah.
A safe Negro.
Yeah.
We talking about a straight up sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the thing about it was, she a double minority. Cause she African American and she a woman.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when I seen that at first I thought it was a joke. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, then I seen it was real. Like, she like running neck and neck with Brian Kemp. These people are, she is running so neck and neck. Brian Kemp is trying to suppress votes. They're trying to stop votes from getting in. They're saying, this is what they're saying, because he understands that the bulk of his people are gonna go out and vote early. Yeah. So he knows the numbers that are there now represents pretty much right along where he gonna get.
That's pretty much it.
He know it.
Yeah.
So now he's like, we gotta try to hamper this a little bit.
All my people went out and voted and they ain't dominating.
This girl, the last time I looked at it, it was like 46 to 48. And most of the African Americans ain't went and voted.
Yeah.
You know, brothers will go stand in a line and wait on something. My whole thing is, if you're on a college campus, you looking at this, even if you ain't registered, man, you can go register right now, man. Go vote, man. Go vote. Don't sit up there and allow these people to steal this country from you, because everything you working for in school, it really don't matter if your government gonna steal it all from you. They taxing the brakes off you. You don't even realize that you got Social Security that's coming directly out your check that you can't say nothing about. Medicare coming directly out your check that you can't say nothing about. But the problem is, okay, I can't say nothing about it, but is it gonna be there waiting on me when I get old? No, you got old people who can't get their Medicare and Social Security because the government. So as a young person, this is your country.
Yeah.
Black, white, green. It don't matter. I don't even care what your belief system is. I care that you take a part of it, because I feel like if you're not a part of the solution, then you're effectively part of the problem. Yeah. So either you're going to be part of the solution or you part of the problem. And this is personal, man. We got to get these crazy people out of office. We got to get these crazy, racist people out of office who are stirring up the pot, who are trying to cater to this Trump base and making these people crazy, man. Everybody is not mentally sane. And you got people running around here shooting folks, man. Like, for real. So we need a leader and leaders in office that are trying to make the peace. So my whole point of the video was, should I vote?
Absolutely.
Unequivocally.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Go out and vote.
Go out and vote. If you haven't already registered, go register, y'all. Go do it. Do not allow these people to steal what you're working for away from you, because what you're seeing is a wealth shifting. They're taking the wealth from the American people and giving it to a few people at the top. A few people at the top. That's the purpose of being the president. You have the actual ability to come up with policies. You have the actual ability to sign trade deals that will shift money from one group of people to another group of people. And you're seeing a wealth shifting. That's why they support a candidate. That's why they spend millions and millions of dollars to put their candidate in office. So you can do something about it, man. Go out and vote today if you already haven't, man. For real. All right, man. We thank you guys for watching the show, man. As always, like, share, subscribe, man. Okay. We'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Yep.